The story so far. The dangerous outlaw Leon Cabraz, the lawman John Malcolm, assigned by blackmailing ranger Lindsay Kurtz to hunt Cabraz down. Joining him, sharpshooting rancher Catherine Angle, the tailor's assistant Morwenna Abrams, the railway worker Albert Little, the master hunter Drew Morrill, the bounty hunter Walden McDonald, and the heroic Mexican lawman Javier Salvador. Together, they are known as the Lion Goats. After a week in Mexico, our heroes came to realize that their name was an anglicized rendition of their quarry's, Leon Cabraz. Someone else who noticed was Leon's sister Eva, who swore vengeance on the Lion Goats. Her hired mercenaries had just tracked them down and launched an assault on the camp. The firefight was short but vicious. Thankfully, Albert heard and spotted them moments before. The camp was surrounded, but our heroes were too quick. The mercenaries quickly retreated. The ones who weren't so lucky littered the desert.
Everyone all right?
I'm still alive. They got me in the left arm, though, which is lucky, because I'm left... Damn it.
Catherine! Catherine!
I'm here. I'm fine. Moena too.
Morrill and McDonald.
We're here.
Albert, come here. Let me fix that for you.
What the hell was that?
John, we have a survivor.
Vem todos al infierno?
Who do you work for? Leon Cabras?
Spill your guts! Always spill your guts!
Tell us who you work for, sir, and we will allow you to leave this place.
Not Leon, his sister, Eva. Want you dead for stealing his name.
Where's Leon Cabras?
I don't know, but Eva was a new Lolito. She hired us because he wouldn't do anything. He did not care.
Why didn't he care? Who is he anyway?
I don't know. I never heard of him before yesterday. All this was his sister.
Very well, let him on his way.
No, let me at him.
McDonald, we are dealing with this. Go! Get! Don't even think about touching your guns.
You're just gonna let him go?
Yes, there's no reason to kill him.
He tried to kill us, so why show him mercy? Oh wait, is this some Mexican thing you got going on?
What did you say?
Oh, this is all starting to make sense now. All those niggling thoughts in the back of my head. As we rode about the desert trying to find this Cabras and not getting anywhere. Because you and your sense of duty was sending us the wrong way.
What do you mean by all of this?
Where are you getting this, Walden?
Oh, well, who's been the one giving us the missions, hey?
Kurtz has been. Back in America.
Yeah? But who receives him here? Mr. Fancy Pants Javier Salvador. Mexican, supposed lawman, leading us deeper and deeper into the wilderness, nowhere near where we need to go.
Walden, shut it. Everyone listen. It's time you all knew. We were hired by a Texas Ranger called Lindsay Kurtz. He and I go back a few years and he's been hell-bent on seeing me locked up or dead. For those who don't know, when I was young I was an outlaw named of Malcolm Carver. 2 decades later, Kurtz still wants me dead. So he sends me on this mission to find and capture this Leon Cabras, who he's been so keen to compare to the devil. Now I've suspected for the last week that everyone else is here for same reasons.
What was my reason?
None. You volunteered.
Oh, yeah.
I've been having my doubts Cabras was even real, but now all signs indicate he is. They've got us chasing some devil, but in the meantime, they've got us cleaning up every one of their messes, from rustlers to bandits. And I'm thinking they're hoping we get killed in the process. We're all just another mess to be cleaned up.
What's my reason?
You're a criminal. Saves money locking you up.
Oh, that's nice.
And what about me?
Maybe you're making your fellow officers look bad, Javier. It's just a theory. Kurtz seemed to suggest it was the truth last we saw him.
Just a theory? Well, that means nothing. It's just as likely Javier's working for Cabras, or Moena over there summoned these mercenaries with her savage powers.
Hey, no! Maybe I should use those on you then, Walden.
Oh yeah, so tough and scary. You witch.
Pull your head in, Walden. We're riding back to Primer Punto. I want to talk to your friend Salamanca there.
They hastily packed up and rode north. After a while, Javier rode up alongside John.
So, why do you want to talk to Ren Salamanca?
He's the middleman. receiving the telegrams and passing them on to you. You might know something. It's a safer bet than storming back to Laredo and confronting Kurtz.
I have the telegrams on me if you want to see them. Here you go. Catch.
No, don't throw them. We'll have to get off and pick them up. Thanks. Cattle rustlers to the west of Rosa Basin, stop. Poachers on Falcon Lake, stop. Headhunters north of Paris. You know what I'm noticing on all these messages?
What?
Cabras's name isn't on one of them.
So they really haven't been sending us after him.
Whatever you do, John, don't get angry.
I don't get angry anymore, I just get annoyed.
Rowena spoke to me a few days ago, after we fought the cattle rustlers at Rosa Basin. She said you didn't fire your gun once.
She must have been mistaken.
I watched you after she said it, and she was right. You threw yourself into battles, you tackled that headhunter that charged at Albert with ease, and you're still a quick draw. But you just can't bring yourself to pull the trigger.
And some would be happy I wouldn't shoot someone.
I never wanted to ask, but now I need to. Just what happened at that Laredo bank robbery 10 years ago?
Why do you want to know about that?
18 men stormed that bank and shot 3 people. From what I read in the newspapers, as the other deputies sat outside waiting to act, you kicked down that door and shot 15 of them. You were branded a hero, promoted, but moved out to McCarthy and kind of did nothing for 10 years.
I couldn't. How
It
could I?
changed you. And you've been fighting it ever since. I now know why you brought me along. You don't need to be ashamed, John. I've got your back.
Thank you, Miss Engel.
Soon, the lying goats stopped for a break, a few miles out of town. Walden had started to get more and more agitated, Drew with him. Now, they were at a breaking point.
I've had enough of this. This is all your fault, Harvey. You and that savage Rich.
Walden, calm down.
I've been thinking about those people who attacked us earlier. You know who they reminded me of? The way they rode them Comanche or Mohawk or whatever you call them. You know who's responsible?
It was Cabras, Walden. Put down the knife.
Like hell it was. It was you two, scheming, sending us all the wrong way. I overheard what you said was on them telegrams.
He slashed Javier to the ground with a cut to the forearm and grabbed Morwenna with a knife to her neck. John and Catherine whipped out their guns and held them on Walden. Albert and Javier fumbled with their injured arms, and Drew stood back, his eyes wide. His blade still at Morwenna's throat, Walden reached for his pistol and held it between his 4 former teammates.
Well, now things have gotten interesting, haven't they, Marshal? And what do you think you're gonna do with that rifle there, Missy? We kill this witch, we question Javier's pal Salamanca, and we get out of this godforsaken country. Well, what's it to be? Try and shoot me and hit her? Well, let me finish it here, hey? How steady is your weak little hand, Marshal?
A red mist of anger John had long fought to suppress descended over him. Years he tried to hide it as he swore not to shoot another soul. Time seemed to slow as he looked at Walden's face. John's arm straightened as his finger went to the trigger, the red mist setting in, as all he could see through it was Walden. His grip tightened as he lined up to take the shot. There was a bang, and John snapped out of it. He stood in a daze, unable to see clearly. He looked down to see if he was shot, but he was fine. He looked to his left at Catherine. She stood with the rifle raised. John looked forward and saw Morwenna standing, unharmed, and behind her, Walden was finally dead. To his right, Javier and Albert had lowered their guns. The former slumped to the floor, but both were otherwise unharmed. John looked to his pistol. Had he shot Walden? He was ready to, but whether he had, he didn't know.
No!
The silence was broken by Drew, who charged towards them. Thinking fast, John leapt forward and caught the large man, pushing him back.
Leave it, Moral.
You killed my friend!
Get better friends.
I'll shoot you all!
He reached for his gun, but John slapped it from his hand, kicking it further away into the dust.
You just proved where your loyalties lie, Moral.
He turned and walked to Albert's horse, withdrawing the shovel he kept packed on the saddle. Returning to Morrill, he scooped up the discarded pistol and emptied the cylinder of all the bullets but one, pushing it and the shovel into Morrel's hands.
Give your friend a burial, and make your own way back to your little log cabin.
Morwenna was fine, her face steely and determined as she helped Javier and Albert onto their horses. Catherine holstered her smoking rifle, and the remaining lion goats mounted up and left, leaving Morrel and Walden behind. They rode the rest of the way to Primer Punto in silence. Of them all, Javier seemed the most shaken, like he'd never have expected such a thing to happen. As they arrived at the town, Ran Salamanca waited for them. Javier stood back as John marched up to him.
You're Ran? The one who's been getting the telegrams?
Yes, from Ranger Kearns to Laredo.
Suppose you've got the next one there in your hand, don't you?
Yes, you were to ride to Monterey to find...
We'll be doing no such thing. We've had it up to here with these distractions. Where's Leon Cabras?
What? Who?
Leon Cabras. Outlaw. The whole reason we're down here.
I don't understand. The former politician? 15 years ago he was thrown out of office. He's no outlaw.
Are you sure? Why have we been hunting him then?
I don't know. Why have you been hunting him? I thought you were just helping to catch American bandits who fled here.
Your pa and Ranger Kurtz have been sending us on a wild goose chase after Cabras for a week, and now we're all pretty tired of these games. Where is he? We heard he had a farm.
Yes, he has several farms, and 30 miles west of Nuevo Laredo.
You mean north?
Yes.
Right on the American-Mexico border?
Yes, yes. Please don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You're the first person to speak sense. 30 miles west of Laredo?
Nuevo Laredo, yes, Mexican side. But I don't think he lives there. It's just in his name. No one has seen him for years.
Tell your pa we've gone down to Monterey. And tell the McDonald and Morrel didn't make it. We're riding north. Cabras has a farm up there.
John, I think we should rest for the night and set off tomorrow morning. Javier and Albert need to heal.
Yes, and Morwenna needs to rest. Besides, you always said we needed a plan.
You're right. Go to the cantina. I'll pay for some rooms overnight.
They were to ride out the next morning. Javier pulled some strings with Ren and organized for them to get a cart and more weapons and supplies for the ride, just in case things turned bad. To the north on Cabras's farm, just south of the Rio Grande, Eva arrived. In the middle of the field stood a farmhouse, 2-story stall, modestly decorated. She turned a hidden handle behind the bookcase and headed down a ladder into the cellar, pressing another hidden switch to open a secret door, leading further underground into Leon's bunker. As she got down, he waited for her.
My sister Eva, you always were a fiery one.
I did what had to be done.
You should have done nothing. Everything we have done is now in danger. I have asked you to come here before you hired those men to discuss it together. These people, the lion goats, they may be dangerous, but they may also be nothing. If they have survived, and I have heard they might have, you have only given them reason to come after us.
They were after you all along, Leon. Captain Salamanca and some of the Americans organized this.
Then you have hastened the ending. I knew this would come, and have made arrangements. Tomorrow the Americans will receive a message from me, from Leon, north of Mexico City, taunting them for not finding me. This will throw them off the scent. You are to leave this place, return to Prima Ponto, watch the law there, continue to live as Eva Luna. I shall retreat into the lower levels, and Diego, above, shall pose as the owner of the farm. If anyone is to come looking, I will message you in a few weeks once this time has passed. Do you understand?
I do, but I do not agree. But we'll do as you said.
Thank you. Now go.
Would Eva respect her brother's wishes? Could this be the end of the lion goats? Tune in next time to find out.